Number 9. Badmaash Company. In the middle-class dynamics of the 90s, the film revolves around four young friends who graduate from college and start a business together. Using unorthodox methods, they proceed to make large fortunes by smuggling expensive foreign goods and avoiding the import duty on them. The entrepreneurs in the film are cunning, over-ambitious and often funny. It shows how entrepreneurs find their niche market and go on to exploit it. Although the film gives important moral lessons on business principles, the film also raises vital questions of ethical versus unethical in a light-hearted manner. The film reminds us of the days when a typical Bollywood villain was a smuggler, which became extinct after smuggling became legal post-India's economic liberalization. Number 8. Band Baja Bharat. The film revolves around a girl and a boy, two fresh college graduates who don't know each other, and team up to start a wedding planning business. Although the film's foreground is a love story, the struggles and delusions a startup faces are shown beautifully in the narrative. The most important message of the film is that entrepreneurs should know how to separate their personal and professional life. The film talks about passion being more important than qualification, and more importantly teaches us to be a team player. Knowing one's customer, business ethics, dreaming big, not bothering about competition, and treating vendors as partners are some other important lessons entrepreneurs can learn from this film. Number 7. Corporate. The film revolves around two corporate giants who compete in order to recklessly maximize their respective profits, and is based on the 2003 pesticides issue in India, when a Delhi-based non-profit organization published a report finding pesticide levels in cold drinks at levels 30 times that considered safe. The film shows the dirty juncture of business and politics and unveils the games which the men in power play to remain on top, and how it affects the common man. The only film in this list with a negative message, Corporate, should be watched to know the dark side of doing business. The film should remind entrepreneurs that all is not well with the corporate sector and why it is important to be ethical, just and honest. Number 6. Bazaar didn't generate much buzz, but it was warmly welcomed by the audience and the critics alike. Saif Ali Khan's Star Bazaar is based on how the Dalal Street works and what happens behind the closed curtains. To add some masala, the director has included a fictitious storyline. Although the plot may seem to be predictable, aspiring entrepreneurs would still love this Bollywood movie since it shows what a businessman's life is all about. Number 5. Rocket Singh Salesman of the Year. After obtaining just 39% marks in graduation, Harpreet Singh, who lives with his grandfather, gets employed with AYS Computers as a salesman. He is shunned and mocked by his superiors and colleagues, and soon finds that honesty is not the best policy. He bootstraps his own parallel sales company using his company resources and partners with 4 other employees from the firm, leading to the creation of a fictitious organization, Rocket Sales Corporation. An entrepreneur is born. Rocket Singh is another obvious entry into this list. One of the most important lessons the film teaches is that success is not dictated by academic excellence. The protagonist's hunger for risks, ability to pick the right people for his team, and his value for his customers is inspiring. The film also teaches us to take failure and unfair remarks, and let our actions do the talking. The film shows that the most inspiring leaders are the most humble ones, and are born in the most unusual circumstances. Number 4. Manthan. The film revolves around the story of a vet doctor, who comes to a village with the aim of starting a milk cooperative society for the welfare of the villagers. He receives resistance from a wealthy businessman and the sarpanch of the village. The caste and communal dynamics of the village are also shown. Based on the real-life story of Dr. Verghese Kurian, the father of the White Revolution in India, the film goes on to show how a Mool cooperative was founded, an obvious entry to the list. There is probably no film that explains rural entrepreneurship in a better way. The struggles involved in establishing a rural cooperative, in the backdrop of caste, gender and economic inequality is subtly shown. The helplessness of the film's protagonist is very real, and we rejoice as he goes beyond the accepted norms of business, and works for a setup that benefits the deserving many. Number 3. Special Chavez. The film follows the story of a real-life group of con artists who pull off many clever robberies during 1980s, and rob famous businessmen and politicians. The group's modus operandi is to pretend to be CBI or income tax officers on a raid. By intimidating their victims, they make off with black money hoarded away. Of course, the fear of a bad reputation ensures that these victims never file furs against the group. Although the comparison between Robin Hood and entrepreneurs is not new, the film stands out simply because of the domain knowledge these con artists possess. Their teamwork and foresight is also commendable, something entrepreneurs can learn from.
Number 2 to 3 Idiots. The coming-of-age comedy drama film follows the journey of three friends who question the ways of learning and education in a prestigious engineering college. The film questions the regulated study environment and revolves around the challenges these students face when they try to follow their passion and learn in an innovative and fun way. The film is distinctive for featuring real inventions by little-known people in India's backyards. The brains behind the innovations were Remya Jose, a student from Kerala, who created the exercise bicycle washing machine; Muhammad Idris, a barber from Meerut district in Uttar Pradesh, who invented a bicycle-powered horse clipper; and Jahangir Painter, a painter from Maharashtra, who made the scooter-powered flour mill. The film questions the idea of students being forced to study in the field their parents want to, in a meaningless routine-bound and regulated way. It also looks beyond classrooms and parents' expectations and the burdened life students are forced upon. Makes us wonder why so many entrepreneurs were either college dropouts or bad in academics. Number 1. Guru. Loosely based on the life and times of Dhirubhai Ambani, Guru is probably the most obvious entry in this list. Guru Kant Desai is an ambitious middle-class boy, who gets married to a rich businessman's daughter, and uses the money he gets as dowry to set up his own cloth business in Mumbai. He pursues success ruthlessly, and smuggles machine parts for his polyester mills, illegally creates goods, and manipulates stocks to make higher profits. The controversial film follows how he uses his skills and ambition to drive this business to create one of the richest companies in the country. The film is reflective of a man's immediately after the country's independence to the present we live in. As an entrepreneur, Guru is ruthless, manipulative and cunning, but at the same time, he encourages us to believe in our dreams.